their focus. Keep...
Phaedrus, your last message was interrupted.
Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Vox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status?
Nothing useful. We lost contact with Phaedrus as well.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the Cyclonic warheads at all costs. Encountering heavy Tyranid resistance.
Heretic, may the Emperor grant you the blessing of his glorious hatred. Reloading magazine! The Xenos have unleashed their Colossus. The Xenos infected. Step. Reloading. Let steel rain. Xenos hungers insatiable, but the Imperials indomitable. Rat shall reign. Jump pack refuel. Commencing reload. Avenging angel will expose you. Another alien born Imperial's trade. The tunnel of Xenos spoils. I'm airborne ready. Take flight and let terror fall.
Hey guys, what's up? Druid Sage here. So, just a quick intro before I roll the gameplay. I wanted to share this build I've been using recently, or for a long time actually, with some tweaks, and I wanted to shed some light on it because it's really been slept on. It's like a sleeper build, but it's even been ridiculed, you know, over time, but it's actually one of the strongest builds in the game, and completes the hardest content in the game. Now, probably know if you've seen some of my previous videos, but you know, I want to make just a dedicated video to it. I actually wanted to make like a Giga Assault guide, but it's very hard to do. There is a lot of talking, and I'll probably make it in parts, but we'll see. For now, let's talk about part 1, Wings of Flame. Now, what makes this build so special? Well, first of all, it's very fun. Like, it's the highest skill cap build in entire game. Like, there is nothing that is harder to pull off than this, and has like more satisfaction to it. For example, we can compare like I don't even know, like Bulwark. I know a lot of people meme that it's a brain dead class. It is just because it is powerful, but the skill cap of this class is actually very high because you have animation cancel with a shield. You can cancel attacks, you can cancel a bunch of shit, and yeah, this is probably like this and Wings of Flame build are probably the highest skill cap in the game. But because Bulwark is so powerful on its own, like you have a heal, invigorating icon, all this stuff. You don't even have to use it, except in some content, of course. You can bump the difficulty up artificially, but yeah, in terms of that, maybe sniper, camo, cloak, cancel, but honestly I don't see how it's hard. I learned it in 20 seconds literally. Just you watch a guide or something, try it out a few times and you master it. Now Vanguard, I don't play Vanguard. I found the hook very ridiculous, but mostly because it's bugged. I don't find it like it's very high skill cap. It just doesn't work properly. That's why I don't play this class. But yeah, that being said, this is easily the high skill cap build in the game. Now when you pull it off, obviously it's going to feel good. Now some people say it doesn't work. It works perfectly, like you just have to get the timing. And what makes it even better, like if you don't have Wings of Flame, for example, this is the same build, it's just not called Wings of Flame, just dash build. If you just use commitment, it is very hard to pull it off. This is even higher skill cap. This is actually not very high, but this alone, it's crazy. Like, I don't think any player in the game can reliably pull off commitment on every single attack, especially like double terminus, even triple terminus. Like, theoretically, if you had enough skill, you could perfectly jump back dash every single attack. But why would you do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It does nothing. Well, if you take Winds of Flame, it does damage when you do that. So theoretically, if you can dodge every single attack in the game, you can burn every single enemy, and it just perfect. It deals damage. You're basically immortal. You're dodging everything, and in theory, it's all good. Now, in practice, it's a little bit different. Like I said, it is still easy to pull off, but let's see the benefits. I think the benefits should be a lot more, but it is what it is. So the first benefit is Aerial Grace. Now Aerial Grace is very good perk. It's the strongest perk after this, so 30% bonus damage, and it is like 30% bonus damage not only on melee attacks, also on ranged attacks and on ground pound. So sorry, it is very powerful, and whenever you pull off a jumping dash, and that is like what do you say it in English, initiative, or to use it actually is to get the bonus, or to travel the more space, which can be useful, not in many situations, but versus a Biowar it can be good, versus Carnifex or Terminus, you want to make some distance, but without this it would be, hard to justify. Now we can talk that is topic for another video, but everybody agrees that this should be innate ability. I say that in every single video, but whatever. Saber, make it happen if you're watching this. Or if you're watching fucking anything. So anyway, let's get back to the topic. Once you do the jumping dash, you proc the Aerial Grace. 10 seconds you deal 30% more damage. Now 10 seconds is not too long, but it's not too short, so it's worth it. But the main thing about this is Wings of Flame. It literally makes your jumping dash so much better, so much easier to use, because let's read the tooltip. A jumping dash damages enemies along its trajectory and always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack. Now this tooltip is not really helpful too much, but yes, it does damages the enemy, and it doesn't tell you how much damage, just like any other Space Marine 2 perk. But yeah, it does 100 damage, so on absolute difficulty, I think. Yeah, so it does 100 damage, which is quite a lot, for example, Chaos Spawn has 280, Rubicon Marines have 280, The Tyranids have 320 and the Extremists have 520. So you know it's a third of Majoris, fifth of Extremists. Now the second part about this, it says always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack. That's true, but you need to actually dodge the attack. You cannot use it randomly on an enemy when he is not attacking. You just have to use it when he is attacking, and his animation is going literally through your how do you say it? It literally goes like it's going to hit you. So entire trajectory, if anything hits you, is basically a perfect dodge, and that makes things infinitely easier. You deal damage, you burn enemies, and your jump pack is so reliable. Now that is the second part, or the third part, whatever you want to call it, and the main part. That's why the build is called Wings of Flame. Now here also you get the bonus, so you're basically getting the triple bonus, and here the bonus. Now obviously you can take Precision Strike or Hammer of Wrath. I don't think this is worth it on Wings of Flame because it's the same thing. Damage doesn't really matter. After you use a jump pack, and this works on jump pack dash, so not just a ground pound, it works on dash, and it's very cool. You see a debuff, tiny debuff here in left corner below your HP, and it's very cool. 30% less range damage received, which is huge. As you know, damage reduction in Space Marine is very good. Also, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits and cannot be knocked back for 15 seconds. Now, we all already have this in Adrenaline Boost, but honestly I'm not sure if Adrenaline Boost works with Commitment. It probably should if it's coded right, but still this is 5 seconds more, so maybe it can help, if you're fighting the fucking bunch of enemies or Hellbrutes or whatever is torturing you, a bunch of weak warriors, they can smack you around, chaos spawns. So yeah, on a one jump pack dash, you proc all of these, you deal damage, you get damage reduction, knockback resistance, and yeah, it's just perfect. Now, what is the second thing in this build that goes in conjunction with this? Now, obviously you can take strategic strikes, but for that you need to go Precision Strike to make it worth. Actually you don't, I'll explain it. I'll explain it now. So there are a few variations of this build, and many people don't know, but as I said, Wings of Flame does 100 base damage or 110, doesn't matter. With strategic strikes, this actually affects Wings of Flame damage. So if it says 20%, you deal 120 damage on a terminus. Now this and this stack, this is 15% against extremists and 20% against extremists, so 135, that's 135 damage on a perfect dodge. That's fucking incredible. So, this stacks and you go Precision Strike, and now you have ability to basically one-shot extremist. Actually, yeah, there is a trick. Maybe I'll show it in the next video, but you can one combo extremists with the Wings of Flame, jump pack dash, and Precision Strike, and literally kill them instantly without getting any parries, gun strikes first, or block charges, whatever. You can do it on a balanced weapon. So how you perform it is basically you do a dash, and like I said, you will do 135 damage, and when after that instantly you go into the air and ground slam the enemy, the extremist, and you will kill him. On hard stratagem he will survive, but you will still have a gun strike because you dodged him, and you will kill everything in one combo. So very powerful, very powerful. As you know, in this game, extremists are the ones that torture you, especially with a terminus spawn. So having ability to instantly remove an extremist is very valuable, and people think that you cannot do this on this build, That is just untrue. It just takes one extra step, but that step is like one single move. You know, it's done instantly. The extremist stops after you dodge him. You go into the air and you slam him, and that's it. So this build also has ability to one shot, just like if you're going block weapons with this, you know, or just going like this, whatever build you want, it has a one shot potential. Unlike other builds where you have to first block, so you know, it's a little bit different flow. Anyway, I explained this. You can go like this, you know, it can even work with this, it doesn't matter. You just deal more damage with Wings of Flame, and overall you deal more damage with attacks. Now, I prefer this, just, you know, I like to see a debuff. It's more cool. It incentivizes you to use more dashes. It's more interesting and it has benefits. Now, naturally, when we're using this, we're going to have more gun strikes. So, obviously, the second or the first best choice, I would say this is the second best choice. The first best choice is 30% more gun strike damage. This is pretty significant, especially if you're using new heroic. Like, it does bunch of damage. Even like on the other variants, it's crazy. So you burn an enemy for 100 and this is 100 damage on the base, and you do a gun strike. Gun strike is maybe 150, and you basically burned 250 health of an extremist. So that is half. Extremists have 520, so maybe it's even a little bit more. Now there is even one thing extra they added, like you can do a dash attack, which is why I take this. So basically in 2 Wings of Flame gun strikes you can kill an extremist. I think that is pretty good. Like, what other class can burst the extremist so fast? You know, not even, maybe Heavy can do it, but this is just in the press of 2 buttons. So that's it. You don't have to charge it, you don't have to do shit. Now, the thing that you know, corresponds with this is the act of attrition. Now, if you remember old act of attrition, I prefer the old one. For me it was just better, but let's not get into it. This perk is also powerful. Once you do a dashing attack, you do 25% more damage. Now, this is all damage, and it also affects, well, it should affect gun strike. The last one did affect gun strike. It works basically, it adds parry debuff on an enemy, which is 25% in this case, and it works like a parry debuff. It doesn't add a parry debuff, but it adds 25% damage debuff. Works on gun strike. When you hit an enemy, 55% more damage. And with all of this, that is insane. You literally delete extremists with 1 Wings of Flame, 1 gun strike, and now the new tech is you can use a new dashing attack, which is like faster after Wings of Flame dash. So you do a dash, you do a right click or whatever if you're playing on console, and you will do a quick dash attack, like mini dash attack, which will apply act of attrition, or it should apply if it's not bugged, and you will deal massive damage on top of damage of dash attack, on top of the gun strike. Very powerful. That's why I use this build. Also, it is very good synergy with the weapons I'll be showing you, the heroic chainsword, and yeah, that's basically the build. Also, the important thing, defense mechanism. You can take here whatever you want, but if you want a little bit more safety, defense mechanism, very powerful perk also from Bulwark team perk. It's crazy to have it in core perks, and it's very valuable, especially if you want to survive more, because this class doesn't have any clutch healing or whatever. But what this class has is armor reinforcement. Now, I always said this perk is god tier perk. Literally, it is the best defensive perk in the game. If you have ability to gun strike a lot, which Assault has naturally we have 50% more dodge timing, and we are using Winds of Flame, and we will be using a balancer or fencing weapon. So 1 armor, what does it mean? 1 armor bar is literally infinite amount of 1 hit from melee attack, enemy's melee attack. So Carnifex hits you, whatever boss hits you, it just removes 1 armor bar, and that's it. Some attacks remove 2 armor bars, but red attacks I think, but that's it. It's literally 100% vegetation, and it's very good. You're just feeding your armor. As Assault you have 3 armor bars, you know, unlike Vanguard, which is also melee class, it has 2 bars, so 3 bars is pretty good. Now yeah, that's the build, and it just flows perfectly. Like I said, very high level of satisfaction when you pull it off. Now it does take some practice because, like I said, it has higher skill cap to pull off. You will probably die to some bullshit, you know, if you don't execute it correctly, but if you're careful, it can be very powerful, and I actually use this build to complete the hardest content in the game, so I'll show you also that. For prestige perks, whatever you want, like this is mandatory pretty much. Immovability in the air, fortitude, adrenaline boost. Instead of scramble targeting, you can take whatever you want. Now I don't have this fucking currency, I have to buy it. But you know what are the others. You can take bonus range damage, bonus whatever. So now the weapons. Heroic Chainsword. Heroic Chainsword is in a very weird place. I know I've been bashing this weapon for quite some time. Well, since it released, because it was utter trash. Like I made 3 or 4 videos. Every single update they fuck something up, and finally over the time they fixed the weapon, and it's actually now, in my opinion, the strongest weapon in the game for a specific type of content. Maybe even like in normal content, maybe not, like block is the king obviously, but in specific hard content, like the hardest content in the game, this weapon shines and it has its niche, and that's why I use it like on all fucking class restriction stratagems. I call it true solo legendary because it's fucking legendary if you can pull it off. And what is the thing about this weapon? Why is it so strong now? Well, mostly because of the speed, and the fist fight has been changed a little bit. You have more combos. You can even like from a dashing attack you can kick and you can stomp and you can stomp again, which is crazy. Like no other weapon has this much mechanics. Like this is probably the highest skill cap weapon there is. Now obviously you can get stun locked in animation, which is horrible. Assault doesn't have animation cancel, but at least you can, if you fail to parry with a balanced weapon, you can use Wings of Flame to get out of that shit, or ground pound. So that's kind of a fake animation cancel, but it's pretty good. Also Bulwark, this weapon is absolutely insane because you can just animation cancel everything. But in terms of assault, it is still good. If you fail a parry, you can just use Wings of Flame after on the next attack. Or if you're swarmed by Menoris, you cannot fucking parry. And even though the Whip Warrior is hitting you, you just cannot fucking parry him because a bunch of Menoris are attacking you. You just use Wings of Flame and you're out of that situation. Now, the thing about this weapon, if you're very bad at balanced window, you can take the Duelist here. It will not help too much, but it will help. Like you use just preemptively, the parry, and you will most likely parry. You just, that startup frames can be a problem. Now, also another thing why this weapon is so goated is this is the strongest weapon in terms of strength, like in pure damage, like DPS. DPS is important in every game, or burst in this game in particular. What makes it good now, it's as I said, the fucking combo is extended, Also, all the heavy attacks deal 15% more damage, which is huge. This weapon deals significantly more damage than the block chainsword. Significantly more damage than the block chainsword. I'm not sure if it deals more damage than an X. Probably not. Block X, you know, with 2 blocks you can one-shot extremists, but actually you can't if you don't have overcharge. But very strong weapon. Also it has 19 strength. Only weapon in the game that has 19 strength. I know that this does not represent the real values in the game like in the code, but it actually does represent in terms of chainsword. It is more powerful in a base form than a block chainsword, and it has 15% more damage, so it's exponentially stronger than a block one. It has the highest ground pound damage in the game in the base without the perks, and just amazing. Also, this is only weapon in the game that has actual contested HP recovery. That is crazy. Like, no other weapon has contested HP recovery like this, because punch into shoulder bash or a shoulder bash, a full throttle skip, whatever, it will recover in most of the situations all of your contested HP, which is amazing. This is how the melee should feel. So that is one of the reasons why chainsword, I say always, is the most fluid weapon in the game. And also the animations of the weapon itself are very great. Now there are some bugs with full throttle, and with 4+ speed is not ideal. It's ideal to have 9 speed, or this was 7 speed on a previous artificer block, so it would be cool to have 7 speed on a fucking balanced chainsword, because that's what it has, the balanced chainsword. So, but I understand, you know, the damage is kinda high, so yeah. That aside, why I use this weapon in the hardest content, and that is really niche content that probably nobody will be doing it, but still it is hard in, it is strong in other types, but especially in suboptimal state, especially in the old suboptimal state when it was 75% damage received, or actually 75% less HP, and on top of that, you know that hard stratagems have, you receive 30% more damage, so you receive 30% more damage and you have 75% less HP. That's absolutely brutal. Like, no other weapon is usable on that kind of difficulty. Like, it's impossible. You cannot charge the fist. Even though everybody says the fist is best in all content, it is not best in all content. It is best like in normal content when you can fucking charge the fist. Even with all the damage reduction fist has, you cannot charge it on that type of content. Now, there is even harder content in suboptimal state. And what is that? Let me show you. I have some runs here, and for example, this video, I beaten the game. It's cool title, but let's see what's going on here. So let me lower the audio a little bit. So what is this? I'm fighting a Carnifex. This is intro to the video, and let's see the modifiers. Aggravated assault, 50% less HP, you deal 50% less damage, and you cannot parry. Listen, you cannot parry. This is the hardest content in the game. Like, this modifier alone, there is no harder modifier than this. So we can agree, or I can say it, you don't have to agree, but it is the hardest content in the game. Like, hard stratagems with this modifier, it's absolutely brutal. Like, you do not have a basic mechanics of the game, ability to parry. Now you need to rely on dodges, and that's where everything ties now. Like, everything makes sense. Why Wings of Flame is even more powerful in this type of content, because it is a dodge on steroids, literally. Like, you will rely on this so much. If you're doing this, you'll probably not be doing this, but if you want to do it, this is the strongest build. You cannot go this build that you go in Siege, you will deal 0 damage. You cannot do it even with Precision Strike, you will deal 0 damage. You cannot one-shot anything, because the damage reduction is just so brutal. So you have to rely on gun strikes and dashes and evasion, survivability, armor reinforcement, feeding that armor, and that's it. Also, ability to not parry. What weapon will you choose? Well, the strongest weapon that is not affected by the parry window, either block, fencing, whatever. And the strongest weapon is the balance chainsaw, because this balance here doesn't matter anymore. Like, it literally doesn't matter. All you're looking at are the stats, what weapon can do, contested HP recovery, the moves, the fluidness, the evasion, and that's it. And it's the best weapon. It's better than Power Fist. Power Fist is unusable in this scenario. Like, look at this. On top of that, we have suboptimal state. This is from the previous patch, from 75 to 66, and now it's 50, I think, this patch, but still it is brutal. So 50% and 66%, that is like I don't know, 17%. You have base HP is like 17%, like maybe even less, I don't know, you have to do the fucking math, but it's definitely not below 0%, like I said in the thumbnail. It was just, for entertainment purposes. Now, this is pretty brutal. Like, anything can one-shot you. You cannot charge a fist. That's why we take this fucking weapon, and that's why we take this fucking build for the hardest content in the game. Now, the gameplay for this is quite insane. Like, you have to play like a pussy a little bit, but when you get something more dangerous, let's see if I can find it. Oh, let's see, I died here. What killed me? Okay, now I didn't know why this didn't register as a perfect dodge. But this is the perfect dodge. So you see, we dealt a significant amount of damage. I mean, the shit is covering the screen, but you can see the gunstrike and the wings of flame, it burns quite a lot, and that is your only damage you will deal, like nothing else. Here, same, just burning him up. Now we see a lictor here, and now check this out. We dodged both of them with wings of flame. We gunstrike him, again, same thing, again, same thing. You're just feeding that armor with armor reinforcement, and now you see the flow of the build. Now I made a mistake here, I think. Yes, what happened here? Let's see. He hit me. I should get armor here, but what killed me? Spore mines, maybe. So you see, like, one spore mine can literally destroy. No, I don't know. Maybe the Hormaganes kill me. But yeah, this is the flow of the build on the highest difficulty possible. Like, it cannot get harder than this, unless you mod it beyond, the game's normalities. This was like on a live game without mods, anything. Like just a daily strategy. Now you can see we don't even need to parry with assault, like how strong we are. We are almost immortal if we can feed that armor. Here now, how do we deal with Zonotrops? Well, I killed him here. But also you can wings flame his little beam and you will get a gunstrike, and it's very easy to jump and dash with wings of flame. Like, you can use whatever, you just need to go through the beam and it will count as perfect dodge. See here again, easy work. Now I don't know why this didn't register, probably because we were on this uphill here and he was down, so it didn't count. No, the game is buggy, but we're just making perfect dodges even without the... Now he has fallen down. He will come back, but yeah, this is like the hardest vanilla content in the game. It cannot get harder than this. Like, we didn't even have a positive modifier. Let me see, what were the modifiers? Yeah, like two negatives, two hardest negatives in the game, and Astra Militarum, which is pretty much useless. Sometimes it's even a negative because they take aggro from the enemies. Now there is artificial difficulty, which I did also. Now what is this? I prepared some videos also on Chaos. Yeah, this is basically just hard shotgun with aggravated assault, still extremely difficult. Like Chaos is naturally more difficult than Tyranids. You cannot do shit like this with Carnifex. But as you can see here, also I'm using Heroic Chainsaw. What? Oh no, actually I was using the fencing one here. I tried with Heroic, I didn't have luck, but they are similar. This one is a little bit more evasive. I found that Chaos Spawns were very oppressive, but it's the same philosophy, Wings of Flame with a Chainsword. So yeah, I completed this. It wasn't Extermination A. I skipped some of the parts, but still, W is W, very, very hard. Now, if we're talking about the artificial difficulty, this one, world first true solo class restriction hard stratagem, still to this day nobody did it. Probably somebody can do it, but it's going to be very, very difficult. And the best operation to do it is probably this, it's one, the Hive Tyrant. Now still it's very brutal. I died like I don't know how many times on Hive Tyrant. But once you master the assault, really nothing is hard except boss fights. So, well, that goes for the game all around. Anyway, let's see what is going on here. So this is true solo class restrictions. So we modded the game to not have the bots. Now this is extremely brutal. Like, we have class restriction, they don't want you to play this class, but we are still playing it, and they gave us a caveat to it, you have to do these shenanigans, you're nerfed, but still you can play. Now without the bots you have literally one life, or if you found the relics you have multiple lives, but nobody can res you. Incup means you're dead, it's over. So this is the hardest content in the game, literally the hardest. There is nothing harder than this. I mean, you can slap over this even suboptimal state and whatever you want, but they're just, pushing it way too far. And for that I use the Heroic Chainsword, the Assault class, and this build. So what does it tell you? This build is very powerful. It's the only build in the game that can probably clear this. It will be even hard on Bulwark, this, like Bulwark class restriction, because Bulwark doesn't have so much evasiveness outside of, he needs to parry and stuff. I don't know if he can use his shield. I don't think he can even use the shield. So he can use the heal, but damage reduction doesn't really matter when you're so low in HP. Like, of course Bulwark has 30% more starting, and he can heal with the invigorating icon, but I think for assault it's easier because of the things I mentioned. So let's see a little bit of this run. Now this video is turning into fucking 1 hour long video, but guys, if you want to learn some things, if you want to improve, watch it. So yeah, so we are just skipping here the first part. We are trying to gather them. Now this is one cool skip here, pretty cool. Now obviously we don't want to skip ahead because we will get Extermination B. When you despawn the enemies you don't get Extermination A. So we just go here into the choke point and let's see what happens here. We do not have ability to parry. We have Combat Mastery and that's it. Combat Mastery alters damage from range to melee I don't know how much it gives you, 50%. So you kinda have normal damage when this procs, but overall you have 50% HP, so you will get one shot if you don't have armor, and you have no ability to parry. So we are using Heroic Chainsword, but mostly we are relying on dodges here, and Wings of Flame. I don't have it up because I use it to get up here, but you can see the flow. Maybe I'll use it now, let's see. So dodging. Now in this patch you can even use the little dash attack to add bonus damage, but in this patch it didn't work, so maybe I will use it now. Okay, we use Wings of Flame and we deleted him, and we got refounded, so this ability works 100% when you use it right. So I just jump here, and let's see if I use a chainsaw somewhere, because mostly I'm using Wings of Flame. Okay, here I'm using chainsaw a little bit. Now you see how fluid the chainsaw is, like you can do this heavy attack which has very good recovery, and it looks like it even looks like he hit me, but you know, you can dodge out of it, and yeah. Wings of Flame. Now when you kill a target you do not get a recharge. Now there is a way to kill him and get a recharge, but you need to be far away, like for example, actually I don't know if it's possible on a warrior, but on a VIP warrior it is possible if the dodge registers before you kill him. So yeah, this is very oppressive, you know, they're trying to fuck me up, but I'm just in a flow state, they cannot touch me. Like, I'm 100% confident they cannot do anything to me because of armor reinforcement and Wings of Flame. And yeah, I didn't take defense mechanism here because I don't think it's worth it when you don't have 100% HP, because you just recover all HP in 1 or 2 hits. But yeah, Wings of Flame is usually when you do a Wings of Flame, the target is going to die like instantly or few hits after. And yeah, let's see the something more intense. Carnifex fight, 10-minute fight. This was very brutal, like extremely brutal. Like even in a normal game, most deaths will come from the boss fights. And look at this, like full armor, full HP, and we got hit not even by all the, you know, this barrage, and we get almost deleted. But look at this now. We recovered it because we dodged it. We still have active gun streak. We recover everything and we get 1 armor. Now, unfortunately, I think I could have dodged this, but we get pulled by a VIP warrior, and now out of this you can even use Wings of Flame. Check this out. Wings of Flame. And yeah. Again. And you're just refounding and you're just cycling it. Normal dodge. Almost dead, but you know, we recover with the gun streak. Now this is more of a hide and seek. I'm trying to kill literally everything here, so that's why I take fucking 10 minutes. But yeah, we have also... How does this end? I'm interested. Now why doesn't the Wings Flame works here? Well, that's probably the thing people were talking about. It's the high ground. Or some places are not just... Now we have a Ravener here also. Now this is very brutal. I don't know if I survive this. I mean, this is crazy. Armor reinforcement is doing so much work here. You see, like 1 right dodge can recover you if you have armor. we have dash back. Okay, and we kill him even with a dash, so that's great. It's worth it, you know, a trade. So yeah, check these videos out if you want to learn, you know, how to master the Wings of Flame. There is even a second round which was a fail, but it wasn't a fail, it's a disconnect. But there were some crazy fights. Like, okay, this you can even, you know, Wings of Flame this. I mean, you can dodge any attack, just like normal dodge. So double Ravener, triple Ravener. Now this is absolutely insane. Triple Ravener without ability to dodge. This is absolutely insane. Like you can even die here with the fucking normal operation, let alone, you know, they just show you the strength of the build. And now imagine if you're playing normal operation and you have block weapon on top of this. Yeah. Triple Ravener, easy work. We have some Zona troops, let's see. Zona troop and a Ravener. But yeah, it's the same thing always. Like I said, you're just, you know, trying to dash it, and that's it. We have some triple Biowar here, I think. Now Biowars are pretty tough enemy. You can also Wings of Flame this, or dash this. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and the grand finale, it's actually here, Hive Tyrant. Now this fight was very difficult, I died multiple times here. When I was making the video, this was like the hardest part, and the other boss spawn. Like Hive Tyrant is pretty brutal when you cannot parry. Like you need to know all the moves. But you're just dashing him and gun striking. Dashing and gun striking. Yeah. And this build is literally evil build, like it's so fucking evil. You're bullying the Tyranids, like look at this. You're basically a primer at this point. And you're full. We still have 2 charges. Like he cannot touch us. Everything is perfectly dodged. And that is the power of Wings of Flame. Now if you had commitment, this would be even harder. But you would not have the benefits, so look at this. Now we have the ads and we cannot parry. And we have 50% HP. And all the attacks are right attacks. Look at this, I'm totally fucked. But you see, multiple targets, you can dodge multiple. Anything that hits you in the trajectory will get dodged. Look at this. We dodged him and dodged him. And we get a gun strike on him, probably because he was the last one dodged. Or the first one. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's see. Probably the last one. Yeah, I think I died here somewhere, but look at how long this fight is. No, this was a fail. Thank God we got some armor here. Anyway, you can check this video out. Here is the description, or the title. Check it out on my channel. You can learn a lot from this. This is the only video on YouTube with this challenge, like class restriction. I know 4-4 did class restriction with a sniper, but not in true solo. So it's like literally one step above. Maybe he could do it, you know. I mean, he could. I think he could do it on assault if he played Wings of Flame a lot. But yeah, I mean, you can do anything with you know, million tries, but I did this basically that day because yeah, the same day. This was a daily. I just modded the bots out. So yeah, I didn't try this like entire week and I made a video. No, it was like I think 4 tries, something like that. 4 tries and most were deaths on Hive Tyrant. So yeah, basically that is it. I don't know if there is something else to show. Yeah, I was even talking about the chainsword. Let's see. Also, the heavy bolt pistol now is very good. You know, you one-shot the reinforcements. The reinforcements guy, pretty good damage, highest gun strike in the game, which has a great synergy with this build, and it's just good. But the ammo economy is kinda low, but you kinda save ammo on the reinforcement guy because you literally one-shot him. So that's who knows how many shots with a heavy bolt pistol. So it's not that bad as initially thought, and yeah, the combination of those two, it even works in normal operations. The skill cap is higher, like even the skill floor is a lot higher. You will die. I also die often, like with this build I'm not 100% confident, because I would not use this weapon like in normal ops. I would probably use a block, of course, like any block weapon, or if I'm going to use fencing, I would use the fencing Power X or a fencing chainsword. So this is just, you know, to show you that it is viable, you can still do it. I'll show you the clip I just did, Reclamation, pretty good run, almost didn't take any damage, so that just shows you if you play it right, you're literally immortal. Like even with the balanced weapon, it can go good. I'll probably add the clip right after this. I think it's a fucking long video, but yeah, just sharing my knowledge, you know. There is not too much on YouTube going a little bit more in depth about these things, because nobody has done it before. So, you know, I'm just revealing it, and yeah, it's not that simple as it seems. Like this game is, I look at it like a chess, you know. Basically, a 3-year-old kid can learn chess, like anybody can play Warhammer, but as you up the difficulty, it becomes harder, and this game is basically, you need to know everything, like all the patterns, all the weapons, all the builds, all the breakpoints. It's just a knowledge check, like a chess. Obviously, chess has the knowledge check of a chess is infinitely higher than Space Marine 2. But it's the same principle, just, you know, this is a video game. Also, this is real time, so there are some other skills involved, like mechanical skills. Even though they are not very hard, they also tie to the knowledge about the game, but still you cannot be too slow, you know. You need to react to things, especially grabs and stuff, and especially if you're playing Winds of Flame, like you need to dodge it, like you just need to time it. This makes it a little bit easier with just commitment and aerial grace. I played Siege before like this, so like this with Power Fist, and it's a great build. It's very powerful, like one of the most powerful builds in Siege, like in terms of defense, because you have a commitment, you have aerial grace. It's so good versus Tyranids. This is so good versus Tyranids. You have armor reinforcement, because this didn't work before, and that's basically Wings of Flame build just without Wings of Flame. So you get the benefit of ground pounding a lot of enemies in a siege. You get DR back, and you can use both Wings of Flame and ground pounds. This is probably like the best build for survivability, maybe even in operations. In siege definitely, with Power Fist, Perseverance. But yeah, siege is all about the speed, so it doesn't matter. If it wasn't up to speed, probably the Wings of Flame would be still the strongest build in the game for assault. Like I don't see how this can be more powerful. I mean, the thing with this build, like I'll cover this build also because it is great. The thing with this build, it's just going a block weapon and you can infinitely cycle ground pounds, and you can be so fucking strong. Like, I mean, it's mostly carried by the block weapons. You can even play this build with precision strike and a fencing or bounce weapon. Even this shit, like if you take this and this, like a little bit damage, like I said, or if you take this and charge it, you can pretty much one-shot the extremist. I have in-depth video about the ground pound, also check that out, it's fucking 2 hours long. I calculated like the highest ground pound damage on a base weapon, so no blocks, no all the bullshit. Obviously the axe is the strongest because of the counter-attack, but that requires a parry. So yeah guys, that's it. I'll roll a clip now from normal operation. You can see the potential of this weapon. I mean, I did play it before also, you can check on the channel. But this is like with the newest update, with giga buffed balanced weapon and new perk and the new dash. I don't think I used too much new dash, but still, almost didn't take any damage. I'll probably show a Carnifex fight, it lasted like 10 minutes. I think it was literally no damage, like zero damage. I mean, when you say zero damage in this game, I mean 100% HP, you never go, below 100. You get contested HP, but you recover it with a gun streak. So, yeah guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this series, if you would like to see more builds, more in-depth stuff, like and subscribe and comment, so I can know. I'm just making this because people requested, people asked about different things, and I delivered. So I cannot, know what you guys want. I want to know some things. I want to make different videos, but I don't even know if anybody will watch it or whatever. So yeah, let me know like what you want to know from me, and I can make it. I don't know everything about the game, of course, but in terms of assault or general like operations or everything, I completed literally all the hardest content in the game. As you've seen, like the top of the end of the hard stratagems, suboptimal state, class restriction in 1, can't get harder than that. Siege mode, every patch I had a record, like every single patch. Of course somebody is going to push further when they see your strats. They're gonna implement something better. Oh, I can improve this, I can improve this. Somebody take me over, then I improve, I take over, and every patch I held the record literally since patch 8. When I adopted the Power Fist, like I was playing fencing, I was playing block chainsword and fencing, power sword. I was barely doing 15 with the dreadnought. So later when I adapted to the Power Fist, I got like 18 or 19, so I think that was probably the record at the time, at least on YouTube. So later it got kinda a little bit more competitive. Hayes started doing, he is a new streamer, doing really well. He likes the siege a lot, so he wants to push the record. I had the record, he beat my record because I just didn't have enough information to change my shit. I was playing too defensive, but as I said, defensiveness doesn't matter in a siege because you have infinite resources. It's the speed. So he went a full damage build. So I saw his build, and that's why I'm making this video. Like, you can improve just by watching this. Like, literally watching this video will improve your gameplay by 30%, literally 20%. So when I saw Hayes' video, I literally improved from 18 or beginning of 19 to 20. So he did 20, and I literally improved 2 waves just by watching. Like, on the first try I went to 20. Then I get a little bit more proficient on the build. I went to 22. Pushed it even further beyond, like 4 waves beyond my initial, just by actually 2 waves first. When I adapted the build, then I refined it, then went to 22. Then the overcharge was there, then I went to 23, then they catch me to 23. Now the Tigron got to 25. Crazy stuff, like it's min-maxing to the max. Like this game was not made for min-maxing this much, because there are too many variables. Like, you can die on so many bullshit, but still it is possible to never die. Like, I have a live stream, check it out, like full siege, almost 25 with 1 death in 2.5 hours. That is insane. I don't think anybody has ever done that. Now, yeah, I did 25 also. Hayes did 25. 3 of us, are on 25. Now the race for 26. Honestly, I don't think I'll try. It requires too much time. I've been watching Hayes, enjoying his stream, him raging, because it is tough. But I'm confident he will get it. I can get it too, but I just don't have time to commit that much to the siege right now, so yeah, that's how you improve. You watch other people, you learn the stuff, and we just bring the limits up and up, and that will also push the developers to improve the game, hopefully, if they're not dumb. And when they see the limits that were not possible, like they're probably stuck at 15 or something. Dimitri with his assault. So when he sees 25, 26 coming, I think even 27 is possible if you play perfectly. When they see all that, they'll be like, wait, like there is too much RNG, there is too much shit, let us give some more utility to the classes, let us give animation cancel to the assault, let us give him free commitment, and that's how the game improves. That's what I want to see, and I hope it happens. Because we are kind of reaching the end of Space Marine cycle. After patch 12, I don't believe we will have something great. Like we had great patches that literally, the patches were so good that that's why I made the channel, and well, the other reason is I was fucking bored. I see content creations as an extension of a gameplay. So when I'm bored, when the patch is shitty, I make some videos, make stuff, watch other people, and that's makes it interesting. It's like a community, whatever. But yeah, we had great patch 8. Actually, even before, we got Absolute, and then in 2 months we got Siege. Then we got Prestiges. We got new map. We got Siege in 8. Then we got Heroics in 10. In 9 we got improved weapons. So the patches were actually very good, very good. And now the patch 11 was disappointment, very big disappointment. Patch, yeah, I mean, it's just a little upgrade of patch 10. But patch 10 was high because it introduced new things like heroics. Now it upgraded a little bit, but still it's not there. This patch kinda sucks. But next patch will be huge, and that will be the last huge patch. And hopefully they can make it good so we can play for a few months more. And yeah, that's it guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Peace.